Hello, everyone. Today is my 30th birthday, if you can believe it. I turned 30 years old today, and it's hard to believe. The last 10 years have really flown by, and of course, every year I've kept dreading, the idea of turning 30 because that, at least on a society level, many people consider that to be the end of youth, so to speak. Even though I don't think I look 30, but who knows? I'm not the best judge. I am starting to get a little more white in my beard and some. I'm getting some dark circles under my eyes. My face is thinning a bit like it does in a lot of older people. And not that I have any problem with older people. I actually prefer the company of older people, generally speaking. But now I'm becoming one of those older people instead of like when I was a teenager, even in my early 20s, I considered people in their 30s to be far more mature than me. But now that I'm that age, it it doesn't seem like there's as much of a distance, because I don't really feel that I'm all that different of a person than I was 10 years ago. 15 years ago, yeah, but not 10. Um, but now I will make a separate video where I talk about what I got for my birthday, because what I got for my birthday is very interesting. It's a rare book. I think all of you will want to see it. Um, but yeah, I have mixed feelings about turning 30. Of course, I make a video like this every year because on one hand, I feel like my life isn't really going anywhere in terms of achieving my goals. Many of the worries that I had um, 10 years ago, I still have now, and nothing has really changed in that regard. The only thing that has really changed is, yes, I have gotten better as a writer, and yes, at this point, who knows if TikTok is banned or whatever, what the future will be like. But at this point, I am selling usually at least one book a month, which is something that I couldn't really believe even a few years ago. So my life has improved slightly in that regard, but still, the notion that I will ever make a living from my writing, that still seems like a distant dream. I mean, at the rate at at this current rate, I'll maybe earn a few $1,000s by the time I die. but and also, and I don't really have employment. I'm not employed at the moment in terms of I don't have any other way that I'm making any income. And so, and my father just turned 70, and my mother just turned 73. My father and I, we share the same birthday. I was born on his 40th birthday, so he's 70, I'm 30. My mother's birthday is on January the 21st, and so she just turned 73. So we all celebrate our birthdays essentially together. It kind of feels more like a family gathering than a birthday just for you, really. It feels more like Christmas in many ways. Um, and but no, it's just I don't really see any hope there. I also would very much like to find the right person and get married someday, but that doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon, mainly because I just don't have a social circle where I interact with other people. And I don't have any reason or excuse to interact with other people because I write it, because writing is a very solitary lifestyle. And when you write at home and everything and you don't leave your house, where are you going to meet these other people? And so in online dating, even though there's a chance I could meet someone there, but I haven't had a lot of success with that. And I would prefer to meet people in other ways because online dating can be very shallow. I may use it a little this year, but I don't expect anything to come of it. It's mostly a numbers game where you find yourself lowering your standards because just to get someone to respond to you, and that's not good. And but I don't really have any other way of meeting people. Um, it's just I've been hoping somehow, I don't know, this is a faint hope that I would meet someone through social media who I was, attracted to, but that really hasn't panned out because no one has really I no one is really available in that regard. And so like finding someone who I like and who is available, that's the difficult part. That's a combination that's very rare in that regard. And so um it's been very difficult, and I've been very lonely, and I don't really expect my life to get better over the course of the next decade. I wish I could see it. I wish I could see somehow that things could improve, but I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Um, I wish I could. It's not that that everything has to be, um, that everything has to work out now, or that I have to have everything that I want. I think sometimes when people get everything they want too early in life, they can become disappointed later on. But the thing is that I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. I have no hope that anything will change whatsoever. And things could, but I don't see it. And I don't see why my life would be any different at 40 than it is at 30 right now, except for maybe my parents may be sick or worse, which will leave me even in a worse position, be, um, where I'll be in dire financial circumstances. And so yes, it's just I'm very cynical about the future. I mean, my sister's 37 and she struggles with a lot of these same issues, and so it's just. But yeah, I think one of the positive things though about turning 30 is that at least I hope that when one enters their 30s, they are taken more seriously as a person, whereas in your 20s, sometimes people write you off as being too young. So I hope that if there's a positive side to turning 30, it is hopefully being taken more seriously. But then at the same time, some people can think, oh, you're 30 and you haven't accomplished certain things, you're a loser. So that's the downside of it. But hopefully, I can be taken more seriously. And obviously, I have written 7 books in my 20s, and I have and over 200 short stories. And although I haven't written any recently, I have one unfinished manuscript, but that's quite a lot. Some writers, they never complete a book in their life, or they complete one. And so I feel like I'm very accomplished in that regard to have published 7 books in my 20s. So in that regard, I don't feel like my 20s have been a waste. I feel like I've accomplished a lot. And I think that I've done pretty well when it comes to things that I have control over, but there are so many things that I don't have direct control over, and that's where I'm struggling. So overall, those are my thoughts on turning 30. I'm not really optimistic about the future, but I am grateful that I have been able to amass somewhat of a readership, but still I'm nowhere near where I would like to be. But yeah, those are my thoughts on turning 30.